Canyon Cobra here. Hey, welcome back, guys. All Things Man, I think that's the channel, or no, sorry, Thanks Man. Just uploaded a video on the Tone rotor head locking ratchet, and I mentioned to him that I also own that same ratchet, but a different model, or I should say, a different brand. And he did mention that it feels like the ratchet is not made in Japan, and I fully agree with him. This ratchet here is by Pro Auto, and Pro Auto is a I think I mentioned before in my other videos. Pro Auto is a company in Japan owned by Tsukage Tool, and Tsukage Tool is a manufacturer of tools. They have I believe it's two brands under them. Pro Auto and SEK, which is SEK. The SEK line is all made in Japan. I'm not entirely sure if they still make it in Japan or what they're actually making, but the more well-known line here in Japan is going to be the Pro Auto line. And if you recognize this one right here, this handle, is because Vim makes one. Or I mean, they don't make one. They rebrand the same stuff that Pro Auto rebrands, right? But back to this ratchet, right? He mentioned that the Tone doesn't feel like it's made in Japan, or it feels off, right? And that's because it's not made in Japan. It's basically this is a Taiwanese design, and I don't know if Tone licenses the design and they make it in-house. Maybe that's what they do, but I feel like they just lie about it. But because usually when a company does that, they change a lot of the stuff, right? They change the way it comes, like they change the engraving, because they have control of basically everything that goes into the ratchet. But as you can see, this one basically is, if I were to cut this handle off, right, and make it a little bit shorter, it will basically be the Tone, right? And to prove it, I actually bought a Tone gear, a replacement gear, because I initially, when I bought this ratchet, I thought it wasn't push quick release, right? So I wanted quick releases because I like, that's what I like, and that's what I prefer. So I noticed that Tone had the same design, and so I bought the actual replacement gear. But it does turn out that it does swap in, and basically that confirms my suspicions of who is making the ratchet. And or if they're well, I can't fully say they're making the ratchet or not, who's making it, because obviously one is labeled Taiwan and the other one's labeled Japan. But Tone is very, I will say, they're very suspicious when it comes to labeling the tools, right? But this ratchet right here, sorry for the lighting, guys. I don't have a lot of light here, and or do I have a mic, so there's gonna be some sound. But excuse me. This ratchet, it's actually not the biggest round head, right? It's actually very, I like the edges, the nice smooth edges, and they're like the KTC and some other ones, it's like rounded, so it's the width is not as big, or it's not as bigger than what you typically see on a round head. Also, it's a satin finish. It's a very nice finish, and it has the same hex in the Tone, because I'm assuming myself that they're getting the same bodies somewhere else, and then they're putting their own handle, right? But this one is longer than the Tony. This one's about 14 inches, if I remember correctly. I couldn't measure, but I'm not gonna pull out my my ruler right now. But it's about 14 inches. It's pretty nice and big, and the handle's quite small though, which I'm not a big fan of this handle. It's smaller, and as you can see, my hand is like, it's not. I don't got the biggest hands, but it covers. I don't know. I just don't like it. So I'm gonna take it out and then put a either a snap-on style handle or my own design that I 3D printed. But basically, I like the length. That's what I like, and I also like. I do like that it locks, right? It is not free flowing like some of the other locking flex heads, but it does have a lot of positions, right? And the locking wheel is it is pretty big, and it does get in the way sometimes. But I bought this ratchet because it's long, and not because I wanted, you know, the space, or I should say it, the space savings, or the I didn't want to like get into, you know, places where no other ratchet could get to, because I usually find that with ratchets this big, I don't there's really not a space constraint that I want to get into, right? So I'm gonna use something else, like a Koken, for example. They have the Z ratchet for Koken. Those have a smaller head, right? So I'd much rather use that than, let's say, something like this. But what I like in swivel head ratchets is basically locking flex heads, right? And that's why I bought this one, because I've been on a quest to replace basically all my free flex heads that I own with lock-in flex heads, and it'd be a plus if they have a quick release, because that's what I like. But I do have like the KTC, and it's not much bigger than the KTC, if I'm honest. The KTC does feel more premium, obviously, because this is actual Japanese made, and it's very, very well designed. It's a very nice ratchet, but it's not super amazing. I won't say it's amazing, because it is. The bad drag on this thing is, it's about average. It's not. I didn't feel like it was that a big of improvement of some other ratchets, but it's not as huge, I will say, in size to this one. But compared to, say, this one, which is a 1/4 inch from a company called Straight, it's about let me see. It's about there, right? It's not too bad. But this one, I bought this one because it's you know, it becomes a T-handle, and I like that. I kind of like getting in there and using it in like a, you know, like a T-handle. But this one, it's just average Taiwan quality. It's really cheap, and you can get it in different colors if you want. You know, just not in red and black. You can get it in you know, yellow or black or blue or the infinite, you know, rainbow. But this one, this is the smallest head you can get on a rotor head. It is slightly smaller than this one, just by a hair. And I don't know if you can tell on there, they're pretty much the same. But this one's from not Pro Auto. This one's from Astra Products, which is Astra Products is basically Harbor Freight in Japan. But it's just, I will say that I do like this one. It's Taiwan made, but it's basically the same thing about the, well, not the same thing, but about the same price as the KTC one. So I will skip this one and just buy the KTC to get that Japanese quality. But back to the Pro Auto. Yeah, the locking is very. I would say it's not bad. It's using like some kind of it's like a gear or like a precision. Like a, what is it called? I forget the name of this type of gears. Where basically they run on like a ball bearings, and whatever you squeeze the little the locking ring, it locks in place, and it's very sturdy. It's not super, you know, slippery or anything like that. I do like it, but I do like that it locks in a lot of positions. It can even lock in that position right there. Let me show you. Right there, see? It locked. And I mean, that's pretty good when it comes to a locking ratchet, right? Some of them just have like 4 or 5 positions that you can lock in, like the Wera. I think the Wera can only lock in like 3 or 4 positions, and I don't like that. But overall, I think this is a very good ratchet. And for the price, I think I paid I want to say $35, 35 to 32, around there. The Japanese yen is not very well off right now, so it's an advantage for me since I get paid in US dollars. But I mean, but for the Japanese, you know, obviously that kind of sucks. But the ratchet is I mean, it's a decent ratchet, I would say, and it's definitely, I definitely like that it locks. Now, I'm not sure if this is the first ever, you know, locking flex head, or if this was popular beforehand, or it's just making a comeback now. But I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was really interesting, because I feel like round heads aren't as don't get the love they deserve in the US, right? I think the only round head that people like in terms of locking locking will be the Wera. And I do like the Wera because it's nicer. It's a nicer design, and like there's a button, right? Or not a button, it's like a switch. I do like that, but it's also very short in length, and I prefer longer ratchets whenever possible. For size comparisons, and just for size comparisons, I have an older Flockham here, and this is, if you guys know anything about Flockham and SK tools, you'll recognize. Oh, excuse me. You'll recognize this switch, and this is the super smooth 72 tooth round head. This is my favorite round head design. The ratchet mechanism on this is super smooth. Like the back drag on this thing is, I swear it can beat Koken. It's that good. Well, at least in my eyes. But as you can tell, look how the only drawback to this is basically that size. That size of that head is massive, right? Compared to look at that. Compared to the KTC, it's just massive. It looks insanely big compared to this one right here. Look at that size, man. It's and I appreciate this new tools that have, like, you know, they have the maintainer in mind. I say maintainer because it's not just these tools are not just for you know, automotive people. They're for aviation mechanics. They're for, you know, diesel mechanics, big rigs, stuff like that, right? So I appreciate. I'm a aircraft mechanic myself, an A&P mechanic. So I appreciate that they make tools that are very reliable and very nice in terms of or not in terms, but like it, and for the price range, right? Because I use old Snap-on and Proto and basically whatever the military gives me, right? Because I'm in the military and I fix aircraft for the military. But when it comes to buying my own tools, I do have I do kind of have a nice bias, or not a nice, but a bias towards the higher ends. That's what I use. But I tend to, well, nowadays I don't tend to buy anything that is not. I don't tend to buy the bottom of the barrel stuff. I buy medium and upper quality tools. And man, I could say Taiwan is definitely stepping it up. Like it's up there with the highest quality of tool. Some of the tools coming out of there, like from Fockum, from even I will say Harbor Freight, from Harbor Freight Icon lineup, is very nice quality of tools. But with that, we'll see you on the next one. If you want more info on this ratchet and this company, just hit me up, and I'll tell you anything you want to know. This company is really nice. I like a lot of their tools. They actually rebrand a lot of like good tools, and I believe Vim is the only one that's rebranding the same tools as them. But yeah, with that, I'm out. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video.